Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to this stream of the end of the month. I'm going to see if someone can hear me. Can you hear me? Just double checking here. Just making sure. There we go. Documentary on salt and sugar and the adoption in Europe when? Oh yeah. I do need to do that. I think I talked about salt, didn't I? At one point, maybe I didn't. That's a good idea. Yeah, good point. Thank you for reminding me that. Hello, Matsukata Samurai. Hey, welcome everyone to the Kingdom of Pasta. You're well. Hi. Hello. Let me see if I can. So today we've got a lot of things to show you, and we've got the company of this cream soda, which I mean is not sponsoring this video. Hi, and that's what we're having today. Oh, great, you can hear me. That's great. I love your content, says Tom Alexander Markwart. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Nice to catch you too, Baron von Boom Boom. That's an interesting one. Oh gosh, yeah. Hello, Tian Wong. Hello, everyone from Mexico. Israel Lopez, Pina Isra. Hello, welcome everyone, and it's great to have you here. It's great to have you here today. We're here. We are live. Ida Holden. Why am I so happy? I'm always happy. It's good to be happy. And have you seen? So Matsuara asks, have you seen the new Samurai Hero in For Honor Kyoshin? No, I haven't because I actually stopped playing that game. I don't know. I kind of got bored eventually. I don't know. Is it been updated for next gen or current gen, should I say? So if it has, I might try and pick it up again and see if they've got this new Samurai Hero. I'm impressed that they're still putting out heroes for that game. It's good. Joe Mama, when will your plate armor be ready and when will you show it to us? Okay, so this very morning, I made a video. Not that I made a video, but I filmed myself in my new Gothic plate, and I tried also putting on some shoulder plates from German shoulder plates that I had I've had for a very long time. So yes, the next video, which should be published this weekend, will be a new version, a new iteration of the good old Gothic plate versus Milanese armor, but this time less theory, more practice, since I have two suits of armor, one Milanese and one Gothic. So I decided to put them on, try them on, test them a little bit, see how I feel in them, and then, make that kind of comparison. But this time, wearing the thing. So, yeah, that was the idea. Soon, very soon. Robert, hello, greetings from Germany, greetings, guten Abend. And you're Norwegian, okay, but hey, that's great, no problem, that's good. And hello, everyone. Oh yeah, great running tail. Well, thank you very much for watching my fiance's channel as well. I appreciate that. And hello everyone. So I've got a lot of things to show you today. Ciao, ciao. And are they fully complete? No, the suits are not fully complete, mostly because you see, with the pandemic going on, I haven't been able to fly to an armorer, and I'm not sending my measurements for my leg harness to have an armorer work on them without actually seeing them in person. They need to get them right. And to be honest, in my experience, I've had some problems with plate armor and far away measurements, which means that from now on, I need to fly to an armorer, like literally, to make sure that they can take all my measurements and everything is going to be right and everything is going to fit right. It's very important. The Gothic set, I mean, I'll talk more about it on the dedicated video, but one thing I like about this Gothic set is that it fits better than my other set, the Milanese one. So of course it doesn't do anything for the Milanese versus Gothic because it just so happened that this one fits better. It's not because the category fits better, it's just because it just happened that the Gothic plate fits better in this case. But it really makes a world of difference when a suit of armor fits. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to. What I'm trying to do with that video, apart from being an actual comparison between Gothic methodology and Milanese white armor methodology of you know, all the different thinking and all the technology, medieval technology, and all the thinking that went into the ingenious thinking that went into the production of a suit of plate armor. But I'm also going to try and stress, to the point of becoming a broken record, how important it is for the armor to fit you right. And when I say right, I mean not close, well, because that really makes a whole world of difference. Like, you have no idea. Like, the two breastplate and placard and fold configurations, they weigh a similar amount. But the one that fits me better, I don't feel it at all. The other one, I do. So that already tells you something. But you know, today I've got a lot of things to show you. So I've got blades, some consoles, some video games, statues, miniatures, board games, loads of stuff. So this is going to be a little bit of a showcase slash Q&A. So I'm still going to read through the questions as always, but I also want to do a little bit of showing off some good things that I have, some good memories. I'm going to start with that, in fact. Then I'll get back to reading the chat. I've got this that I still haven't shown on the channel, and it's a new Roman Cingulum Militaris, which is nicer quality than the one I had on my previous videos, and I'm sure you're familiar with it if you've been following me for a while. So this is going to be an upgrade. It's still a kind of cheapish one, so this is not like amazing quality, but it's definitely better quality, and I like it. I think it's very nice, and the Cingulum Militaris is very important for your gladius to work on the right side, because if it's not, and it also helps when you tighten it up, it does help a bit with the overall weight distribution. So this is the first object we're going to see today. I feel like I'm at an auction. Who offers $100 for this? I should do an auction eventually. No, I should do a giveaway. I know that on YouTube I can't do giveaways, but I'm gonna do them through Instagram. So if you don't follow me, which I do understand, because I mean, why would you follow? I just post pictures of armor and pasta. But hey, if you ever want an occasional video game, but if you ever want to follow me on Instagram, well, now is the time, because I will soon start. I will announce it on the channel, but I'll soon start doing giveaways on stuff like miniatures, old pieces of armor, a helmet I don't need. Why not? I'm like, instead of like selling it, I could just give it to a noble one, and I like the idea. And in return, I'm gonna be transparent about it, but in return, that's a reason to follow me on Instagram, because I think you do need a reason, unless you are a pasta armor lover. So that's the first object. Very nice. And let me get back to the chat. Then we'll move to the second object for today. But let's have a look at the chat first. Clone Trooper armor to Stormtrooper armor. I don't think I'm the guy for that. I mean, I did make a video. This was a question from Jedi Gamer Joe, who was asking me to make a video comparing these two kind of Star Wars and Mandalorian, I suppose. I don't know. I did make a video on the Mandalorian. It was a collaboration with Shad. I'm mentioning Mandalorian to mean Star Wars universe. Let's use the umbrella term. I love Star Wars, but I'm not an expert at all, like completely. So I don't know if I could do that. Maybe that could be a nice collab with Shad. In fact, I'm gonna ask him. That could be fun. Yeah, greetings. Hello, hello. Let's see. I mean, we've got 135 people. Thank you so much for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. People are actually doing an auction. You're actually doing an auction. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be so fun when we do the giveaway. It's gonna be really fun. Can you do a Jedi Gamer? Can you do a video Minecraft Iron Armor in real life? Oh my gosh, Minecraft. Well, I'm glad you didn't say, because you see, I don't like Minecraft, but I mean, I could do that if you guys are into that. I don't mind that, as long as you don't ask me to talk about freaking, what is it called? Fortnite. Goodness gracious, that game. I can't stand that game. It's like, I don't know. It's not my generation. I suppose it's like a, I don't know. I don't know how to define it, but yeah. Anyways, let me show you some more stuff. We've got some nice blades here. We've got this knife, which it's nice. It was given to me by my future father-in-law, and then this knife here, and then he gave me, yeah, no, he covers me with knives. I don't know why, but that happens. I appreciate it though. I mean, it's very nice. And then he gave me this knife, which they're both very sharp, but this is freaking sharp, and it feels sturdier than this one, to be honest. This one is a little floppy now. It's been a couple of years. This one is nice and sturdy. I mostly use it to just cut boxes open, which I have received a lot. Let's move the knives out of the way for a moment now. There we go. That was number one. But this one it's a nice little knife, little tool knife, I suppose, and very nice. So next thing, couple of comments, and then we move to the next one. That's what we're gonna do today. It's gonna be that kind of stream. Read a few comments, show something fun. It's gonna be great. Could you link your Instagram? Okay, I have no idea how to do it, but my Instagram is called wait, I don't even know what it's called. Metatron YouTube Official. That's what it's called. So it's easy to find. Metatron YT Official, and I think I'm the only one with that name. So you'll find me immediately. So there's that. You win, I can't bid anymore. They were still bidding for 125. That was hilarious. You guys are the best. Okay, so Thunderchild, that's a cool name. Been watching your videos for a long time, Metatron. Hello, great, thank you. You inspired me to make my own sword from scratch. That's amazing. I mean, that's something I can't do. I would love to learn how to work metal though, and eventually, hopefully, by the time I'm like, I don't know, 45, I'd like to. So I'm giving myself a few years here, but by the time I'm 45, I'd like to have my own furnace and learn how to work metal and perhaps build some armor. I would love to do that. Like, it would be great to have your own little. We call them fucina in Italian. It's like your little smith area place, furnace where you can. That would be great. XJW Messianic and ex Jehovah's Witness. What, $10? Thank you so much. Can you at some point do a video on the Sicari? Yes, it's planned actually. Believe it or not, it's planned. It's in the list. It's in there. I'll get to that list. I will get through that list. So eventually I will do it. It's just that the way my lists work, it's not like that I'm a pro. I'm just, improvising here on YouTube. But the way I do it is that I write down all the video ideas I've got, and then eventually I start sorting through them. But the priority changes depending on a little bit of research I do. So sometimes I'm like, hey, this is a hot topic. So this video number 10 is now video number 2. And what used to be video number 2 is going to go down to video number 20 because I don't feel that video is going to do very well right now. That's how I do it. I do some research, see what goes on, what sort of trends you have, both on sometimes because of Netflix, sometimes because new video games coming out, and I'm loving Demon Souls remake, guys. What if you have a PS5, which I do have? Let me show you. Second object is the PS5. So we've got a water bottle, but that's not part of the show off. So we've got a PS5. I've also got the little charger here, which was just $25. That was nice. And we've got the PS5, still hasn't got any stains on this, which I think it will because it's very. I like it though. I don't know. It looks futuristic, but it's big. This thing is big and heavy. But here she is next to the PS4, and I've been enjoying Demon Souls. You can see there's a lot of stuff in the back. We're gonna go through all of that on this stream. Everything. That's what we're doing today. So I've been enjoying Demon Souls remake. What a great game! I must have died 100 times already, and I don't care. It's really good. Monstrous Potatoes, is For Honor dead to you? If so, I don't blame you. It's not that he's dead. It's just that I got bored. I mean, I know that mostly because I don't really have a lot of friends to play it with. I used to play it with a friend of mine, Johnny, but then he sold his PS4. And, play with randoms. No, I like having a team, trying to coordinate, being like, hey, you're going to be the knight. Or like, hey, let's be all samurai this time. And we go full samurai. Or let's be all knight this time. Like, then it becomes fun to me. If it's just with randoms, I've done it so much that I got a little bored. So I just need people to play it with. That's all it is. Gonna need to convince a couple of friends, perhaps. Christoph89, hi Metatron, did Souls like Gladius bend or break? Absolutely, yes, absolutely. Not only we have reference to that, but also you have to remember that even though when they do examine the blades, the metal in the blades of Roman Gladi, it was good quality, but it was mostly between iron, steel. But when I say steel, I mean mild steel. I did find some interesting cases in which some Gladi, and what I'm about to say is going to sound weird to you, but some Gladi had an inner core of higher carbon steel. No, not high carbon though. It was like medium low carbon steel, and then the edges were low carbon. And normally you would expect the opposite, but I don't know why that happened. So sometimes with aromas you do have a little bit of medium carbon, but in the majority of cases it's mild steel or iron, sometimes sandwiched. That happens too, mostly with segmentata. Um, but yeah, it would bend and it would break. But the thing with the Gladi, though, is that they made them short-ish for that reason. That's in fact probably one of the reasons why we will have to wait quite a bit of time until we get to the Spatha, is because the longer the blade, the more prone to bending and breaking it will be, unless it's good quality steel. And that's probably why in the classical period they were relatively short. Um, Shortish, because that way you can prevent bending and breaking. But I'm sure it did happen, mostly like edges as well. Like if you're trying to thrust like crazy and then you hit the boss of the opponent's shield a couple of times, you know what that does. Kevin O asks a very nice question. Hey, how often do you need to do maintenance on all of your equipment? Believe it or not, when I don't take them out, and it's not a particularly humid day, the day I take them out. So when I don't take them out, I usually do it every 2 to 3 weeks. But when I do take them out, I tend to maintain them again, depending on the situation. If I put blades or armor on the soil, on the ground, touched it, sweaty, with sweaty hands, or if it was drizzling a little bit, then I immediately re-oil them. But if it was a day like this morning, wonderful day, lovely day, I was just wearing my breastplate and backplate, which I'll show you as well, and it wasn't raining, I wasn't sweating at all, then I'm not doing any maintenance on it. It doesn't need it. So it really depends. But as you can see, this helmet here, pristine conditions, and I've had it for almost a year, I think. Same for this one. Here is the Gothic plate, and yeah, they all look pretty good. I always do. I always want to make sure that they are in good conditions. This one doesn't need any maintenance because it's titanium, but this one is medium carbon steel heat treated, and it does require maintenance. But and I've had this one for I think maybe 3 years, and it's still in very good condition simply because I do the maintenance every so often. I make sure, particularly when I take it out. If I take it out for video filming, I usually do that. So it really depends. If you just keep it there to showcase it once every 3 weeks, and then depending on the oil you use as well, because if you use olive oil, then it kind of gathers dust in my experience, so you will need to do it maybe every 2 weeks. But with WD-40, even though it's not an oil you usually use for that, it can still preserve. And that one maybe once a month. And there are better oils like ballast oil as well, something like that. Kind of depends. And hello. Oh, Stony Lonesome asks, if you could have any car in the world, what would it be? A Chevrolet Corvette. Blue. That would be my car. Or black, but I mean, if it's a very old one, like from the 80s, then I want it black. But otherwise, if it's like from 2015 onward, it's gotta be sky blue or something like that. Yeah, Chevrolet Corvette. That would be the car of my dreams. Who knows, maybe. Uh, Lord Mando of War, Metatron, I haven't watching, so you haven't been watching me for a long time. No problem, good to have you back. Do you play historically aimed games? I play video games that are historical, and I play board games that are historical. Do I have... I have something here. I've got something here, I believe, to show you. Yeah, I've got something here, so I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, I do. Watched you for a while. You mean you've been watching me for a while? Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. David Jones, you have a fantastic channel. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Scarecrow video on Warhammer Fantasy Armors, maybe. I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to do that. So let me check, because I have a lot of minis. I have a lot of Warhammer Fantasy minis. So yeah, that would be great to do. Perhaps in the future, we'll see. The Demons Sparrow Hawk, the Demon's Soul remake is great. It really is. Like, that game is impressive, but I'll tell you one thing about it. And while I talk about it, I'm gonna hold it because I'm that kind of guy. I'm all into visuals. So here are my this is my current collection of games. And the PS5, I've only got two, Demon Souls and and Ride 4, and for the Series X, I've got Tales of Arise. But anyways, Demon Souls, this Muppet here, it's a fantastic game, but they tell you that you can choose between the performance mode and the graphics mode, or called cinematic mode in game. It's a bit of a lie because that game you can only play it in performance mode. In performance mode, you get 60 frames per second at I think 1440p, something like that. It looks gorgeous, don't get me wrong. The game is amazing, and it's very fluid, it's great. But when you try cinematic mode, it's only for screenshots. Like if you want to get a screenshot, great, but then you need to go back because it doesn't even feel like 30. I don't think it's solid. It's locked on 30. I think it's lower than that. It feels like it's, I don't know, 22, 20 frames per second. It's unplayable. So yeah, performance mode for this Muppet, but great game. Although I have to say, when it's in graphic mode, it's native 4K, and gosh, it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. I wish the system could handle it, but it cannot. It can't. So there is that. Have you seen Forged in Fire? Yes, I have, and I like watching reviews. Like I think Matt Easton in on Scholar Gladiatorial, whom I was watching just a minute ago. I think he speaks about Forged in Fire a few times, and I love it. I like, yeah, it's a good show. I like it. Liquid's back. Thank you for the $2 donation. I appreciate. Ever thought a video on Islamic Sicily? I would like to make a video, a whole series dedicated to Sicily, in fact. And I made a very long time ago a video on Greek Sicily, and I believe I was working on a video on Norman Sicily. Then something came up. I would like to cover every aspect, because I'm Sicilian, of course. So I would love to have like a whole series of videos on Sicily. We'll see what we can do. But thank you for the donation. Matthew Gordon, hello, greetings from Arizona. How are you? I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. Templart 1993, thank you for the €5 donation. I appreciate that. Hello, how have you been? Very well, thank you. I have some old games for you that you might like. Caesar 3 for PC and Gladiator Begins for PSP. Hug from Portugal. Hello, bom dia and obrigado. No, bon dia. You pronounce it with a D. Bon dia is like Brazilian. You say bon dia. Anyways, yeah, I know Kaiser. I know Kaiser 3, and gosh, it's difficult to switch from the R to the th to the thr. Kaiser 3. There you go. Because otherwise, if I do Kaiser, the video ideas you have. If you want to talk gaming, but you also like history, but you also like fantasy, but you also like whatever, then make like 5 or 10 videos per category, and then look at the analytics and see what's going, and then make your choice. So basically, I'm telling you, make an informed choice. That's what I did. If you check my first, I want to say 50 videos on this channel, you'll notice that you'll find videos on gaming, videos on me playing the piano, videos of me teaching Japanese, videos on me, of course, doing helmets and armor, and then I also had videos on something else that I can't remember anymore. But basically, I tried a lot of things. When I first started the channel, I had no idea what I was going to do with it. And eventually I noticed that, hey, the helmets are getting views. I love helmets. I love talking about this kind of stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. And I stuck to it. So there is that. The fighting expert, greetings from Michigan. Thank you. Greetings to you. Dalashin Tanriv, hello Metatron, where did you buy these products? Well, I don't know which products you refer to. If you mean the armor, I've got a couple of videos dedicated to where to buy best armor for both Roman, and so I think they're just called something, I don't remember the title, but if you type Metatron best, I don't know, armorers for medieval reenactment or best armorers for Roman reenactors, I've got 2 videos on that. And if you mean the consoles, I have a video coming up with that, because I've already talked a little bit about how I managed to get this absolutely gorgeous Halo Infinite Edition Xbox Series X that you can see here. I've already mentioned it briefly on passing on my last live 13 days ago, but I'm creating a dedicated small little filler video, if you will, kind of relaxed, that I'll put in between bigger uploads so you don't have to wait too long when I'm working on a kind of a bigger video, where I'll tell you exactly everything I did step by step to be able to get both consoles during this time that they're kind of difficult to come by. And if you meant my miniatures, I bought them 20 years ago. Some of them, most of them. Let's see. Let me scroll down a little bit with the comments so I don't lag too much, and then we can get back on. Oh, someone is mentioning a game I like. Large Crab Man. Hey Raf, have you heard of played Chivalry 2 at all? Absolutely, I'm all over that game, and I like. Believe it or not, I started playing the night class until I got to the. I think it's called the Guardian, the guy with the big shield, the tower shield. I enjoyed it, but I noticed that I very much like playing crossbowman. That's mostly my gameplay. I love playing the crossbowman and just sniping people from the top of the towers. I love that game. It's such a good game. It's just that I should make a video about it. I really should. Um, but yeah, it's a great one. It's a really really good one. Let's see. And we had a very good Thanksgiving. I see people mentioning it. I had a lot of turkey. I have never seen so much turkey in my life. It was a turkey flood. Even Bakersfield Corvette is expensive, but for what you get is reasonable. Ferrari is like three times that. Yeah, and one thing I like about the Corvette is that I like older models. It doesn't have to be the. If you buy the latest, then yes, it's gonna set you back. I don't even know. But if you buy the older ones, like if you buy one a Corvette from the 90s, you can buy like for 5K. And then if you buy a Corvette from 2015, I think you can find it for less than 20,000, which is still a lot of money, but it's not like in the hundreds of thousands like a Ferrari would be. So there is that. Yeah. So let me see if everyone can hear me right? Oh yeah, the lag. They're talking about the lag. Oh, that's funny. Was there a problem with the connection for a moment? I don't know. Um, but yeah. I had a long buffering period. I apologize for that. But I hope that you can hear me now. Is the connection working better? Let's have a drink. Maybe a drink will help. Let's see. Unfortunately, maybe we have too many devices connected at the moment. That could be it. Let's see. Oh, that's a funny one. Ezra Folk. There, let's get into the controversial stuff right there. I'm ready for it. You know how I am. I always tackle controversial stuff. Ezra Folk. I've heard that in both Chivalry 2 and the Western version of Demon Souls Remake, you can only choose between body types instead of actual sexes. Yeah, they did that. They did that. You know, I'm a very open-minded guy. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you like. I've spent, like, I've spoken about my pizza analogy that I think it's a great analogy when it comes to sexual preferences. That is like, hey, I like margherita, but if you like whatever, pepperoni pizza, or someone else likes, I don't know, pizza with pickles, and another guy likes pizza with four cheese. I don't care. Everyone can like whatever they like, as long as you don't force me to eat the kind of pizza you like. We're gonna be friends, and as long as the pizza's fully cooked, I have no problems. If you catch my drift. But the fact that now I can't say the word gender because in a video game because people are gonna get offended. I don't get it. I honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's not my generation. Maybe because I'm a millennial. I've just found out. I'm a millennial. Yeah, fully cooked. Yeah, I know. You know what I mean. So, maybe it's because I'm a millennial and it's not my generation thing. But the thing is that, to me, I don't understand who's it gonna hurt if you just call it gender. What's the problem with that? We're talking about the biological thing anyways. We are not talking about what they identify with, if you know what I mean. I don't care who they identify with. It's just a selection screen. So are people gonna get offended from a selection screen on a game with the undead? Seriously, I'm playing as a ghost. Which is a great thing about Demon Souls, by the way. I very much prefer the fact that I'm a ghost or a phantom rather than a zombie in Dark Souls. To be honest, I like Demon Souls better. But yeah, as long as the pizza's of legal age, my friend, As long as the pizza's with legal age, that's good. Yeah, I said the G word cancelled. I know, I know. It's. I don't know where this is going, but I'm telling you, I'm not. I'm always gonna speak my mind on this platform. I don't know what's gonna happen to it. Worst case scenario, come join me on Patreon. I don't know what to say, but I'm always gonna speak my mind because I'm all for respect, but respect needs to be given before you can what's the word, demand it. So that's the thing. What am I drinking? I'm drinking melon creamy soda, artificially flavored. Not good for you, probably. It's from Japan, so it's nice. Speaking your mind on YouTube, the audacity, I know, the sheer arrogance of this man. Oh my gosh. I'm just having a good time, I'm a very easygoing guy. I'm just having a good time. Uh, but this is good. Artificially flavored, yeah, no, unbelievable. There's no melon in this. How dare they? Let me show you another thing. So, I've got. I don't know if I'm gonna buffer. If I do, just scream buffer. Okay, so just put it in there, capital letters, and I'll know. So we've got my two breastplates over here that I showed you a minute ago. This is my. I've got my Warhammer Fantasy section here, and it's not even all of my miniatures, but here I've got the Bretonians, which I think are looking fantastic. And I have a lot of archers because I wanted to try and make the Warhammer version of Azancourt, so Agincourt. That's what I wanted to do, which is gonna be great. And we're gonna try that. We are gonna try that and see what happens. But we'll do it. I think I don't know. The Bretonian archers are not very good at shooting, but we'll see what we can do. How do you feel about Age of Sigmar? I've always been a little against it because it feels more like a skirmish than a battle to me, and I like regimented stuff. Like I like seeing my troops all back to back, shield to shield. That's what I like. So that's why I'm not really into Age of Sigmar, but I'm happy to try. I'm happy to try. Stream the game. I'm totally gonna stream the game. Then we've got the Empire. This actually was a gift to my father that I bought for my father many years ago, but then he kind of stopped playing, and so I just brought them here. And I still have a box unopened with cellophane, I think you pronounce it, and I'm going to keep it this way for the next 20 years and see what happens after that. Then we've got the Elven section, which has got all my high elves. As you can see, all my miniatures are painted. I'm kind of proud of that. So Tyrion as well is back there, and I've got their best friends, the Dark Elves. Yeah, I put them together because they really love each other, and that's why I just wanted to do that. Uh, I'm gonna read the comments in a minute, and then I got a little bit of chaos here, but all the rest of my chaos is still in the closet because I've got too much chaos and I don't know where to place it. I don't want it to become too chaotic in here, and I've got some skeletons. I mostly use them for D&D, the skeletons. 'Cause I don't have a skeleton army, but yeah, that will be the thing. That's a full army you got. Imagine if they come to life in Toy Story. You're screwed. I agree. I'll have to wear armor for that. I do have a video where I showcase them all properly. If you just write a method, I'm not trying to. It's just for the people who missed it and maybe would have enjoyed it. There is a video on this channel, and it's my 1000 plus miniatures showcase, whatever video, Metatron, Warhammer. You'll find it. So yeah. So that would be nice. And let's see. Do you know how to? So, Kings of Calradia. Do you know how to get a Chivalry 1 Xbox 360 DVD? No idea. I mean, you'll have to see. Have you tried, like, on Facebook when they have those markets, like old video games markets and stuff like that? I think that's the only way you can find it. Maybe if you don't, if you did it, I'm sure you checked both Amazon and eBay, so you might want to check some markets on Facebook. Uh, Pointy ear gits. Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. Lecture me about Warhammer. How does it work? Perhaps I will make a dedicated video, and then I can explain it a little bit. It's a great game. I love it. I have high elves and Bretonians too, says Robert Snookay. That's the that those are the guys I like. Like, love them. You get a little bit of extra arrogance from the elves, and then it's always nice. And then you get that noble, disdain of the knights. Put them together, and that's great. Of the Bretonians, and yeah, chaos in the closet. That sounds like it sounds like some sort of trash B series heavy metal band's new album. Chaos in the closet. Can't miss it. Avocadi, is he back in Italy or is at his girl's place still? No, I'm in America. I'm still in America. So there's that. So many Warhammer fans here. Greetings, noble ones. Greetings, greetings. Yeah, I freaking love Warhammer. I still play 8th edition, sometimes 6th edition. Usually these are the two editions I play, mostly. But yeah. I'm eating tacos right now, says Jedi Gamers. Okay, is that from Taco Bell? I'm starting to learn the American fast foods. Not that I didn't really know them much, but I'm starting to learn them now. Yeah. Blank Blade, he should, yeah, that's Martin. He should do historical armies with Perry minis. I agree. I agree. The only reason why I'm not doing that is because I honestly have too many minis. If I start doing, what is it called? Uh, oh gosh, Kings of War, which are really good looking. Did you see their paladins? Like I can't remember the name, but the human paladins faction. It's amazing. And then if I start with historical miniatures, there won't be any room to sleep in this house. So for now, I'm just trying to pretend they don't exist. If you tell me Kings of War, I'll go like, do what? Kings of War, mate? I don't know. That's a nice plant. That's what I'll do. But eventually, I think I will get some. Eventually. But I am gonna do some giveaways of some of my miniatures because I have like my armies are complete, and I have some spare ones. Like when I have my full regiment of high elf archers, and I've got an extra three. I'll just give them away to the noble ones. They're beautifully painted. Some I painted myself, some I had professionally painted, and I'll do the same for some extra Bretonians I have. I'll do all of that since I can't do it on YouTube. I'll do all of that on Metatron YT official on Instagram. So make sure to follow me because that's gonna start rocking and rolling very soon. Let's see, Christoph89, how was your experience in the USA for the first time? I love America. I love the USA. I like it. I like the food here. I like everything here. So I like both. I mean, so far I've visited New York, Alabama, and Tennessee. But I am planning on visiting as many states as possible because it's. I think every state has its own culture. It's like you haven't really seen America if you have only seen a state or two. You really need to, just my opinion. And there is a great channel based in Maine, in Maine, above north of New York, I believe. And he does miniatures, and it would be great to visit him. And I can't remember the name of the channel. I'm terrible with names, but I love his channel. It's so good. He does these miniatures and painting. It's easy to find if you just write. Like 200 or 100, yeah, 200 or 300 goblins batch painted all at once. He did that. So there is that. Let's see. Let's have a look. Abstract digital recordings. Gonna do a video on Musashi versus Kojiro. Hey, that's a good idea. I would have to put. Yeah, I was waiting for my samurai armor, and it has just arrived. Finally, because I sent it, and it's here. The beauty. At the moment, I don't have enough hangers for everything, but I will. I've ordered some stuff to put my armor on. So I've got this Brigandine, the full plate there, and the samurai set. So now that I have the samurai set, I feel like I can continue with my Japanese content that I haven't made in a while. So there is that. Let's see. Let's see. Old Hammer, the best one. I agree. I like Old Hammer. My favorite. Okay, are you Wild Schwein Jagger? Are you still looking for a more authentic Lorica Segmentata B? I have ordered one. I mean, Fabrica Cacti is producing a Lorica Segmentata A. My Lorica Segmentata B is historically accurate. It was made by Fabrica Cacti, but I sold it because I'm getting a Lorica Segmentata Type A made. Um, I mean, in the future, I'd like to have both, but for now, that's fine. But Fabrica Cacti is great. I think they did a great job. Uh, yeah, so there is that. Let's see. Del Taco better than Taco Bell says even Basketville. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Let's see. Mantis has some great minis. I agree. Kings of War. Goodness gracious, they've got the only miniatures I'm not a huge fan of are their elves. I think Games Workshop elves are better looking, but the paladins they look great. The dwarves look great. Oh gosh, no, oh yeah, that's right. I've also got dwarves somewhere. Where are my dwarves? I've got a whole battalion of dwarves somewhere. It must be still somewhere. Have you played Total War? Asks Astade Weekend. Yes, I have. I've played no, not all Total Wars, but mostly most of them. I played Rome Total War, Total War, Medieval 2, Rome 2, and a few of the Napoleonic ones as well. It's a great game. Have you ever heard of Danny Fortuna or Warhammer here? Heresy posting. No, I haven't. Thank you, Kevin. Sky, I'll check him out. Yeah. Chris Hewitt, you cannot leave the US without seeing Yellowstone. Nothing in the world compares. That's a very good point. I'll have to see how far away it is from Tennessee, but because I literally have no idea. But yeah. Jake Skywalker, when are you coming to Texas? Soon, hopefully. That's another state I need to go visit. Absolutely. Absolutely. Jedi Gamer Joe, what editing software do you use both on your phone and on computer? On my phone, I don't use any, and on computer, I use Sony Vegas Pro. That's the one I use. My account, and then I'll have to see if there are any other super chats because sometimes I don't want to miss them because that would be disrespectful. My account, Metatron, is there any books you would recommend? Budget is about $60 and which is roughly 43 US. Oh, Australian dollars, so 43 US. Any books I would recommend, but there is a whole series on Roman books that are pretty good, like Military Dress. Roman Military Dress is a great book and it's not expensive at all. From Graham, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Sumner, sorry. It's a great book if you're looking into Rome and if you're looking into medieval stuff. Of course, Dr. Tobias Kappel's books are great, but I don't know if you can buy them with that budget. Maybe you might need to save up a bit for that. Favorite gladiator class asks Aleatori Deides. Yeah. The Murmillo. Definitely Murmillo, the big guys. I like that. Oh my gosh, Blank Blade. Du bist kein Deutscher, du bist ein Wildschwein. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's pretty much the only German I understand, but I do understand that. Oh, that's funny. We have a joke, ongoing joke with that guy. Let's see. Zachary P. I let my coffee go cold to ask you about Calabria. I got no answer. Not happy. Calabria. What did you ask me about Calabria? The region. I have no idea. I think I missed your message, so you'll have to ask me again. If you want to know if I've ever been to Calabria, yes, I have. If you want to know if they have good food, yes, they do, and it's spicy. Not sure if that's what you wanted to know. Uh, SD Ravana, have you played Pathfinder tabletop? If so, what's your opinion about it? I've only played it once, and I don't remember much. I wasn't particularly impressed, but again, I only played it once, and I mostly play whenever we play D&D, usually fifth edition. But I've of course I'm an old school guy, so we used to play not even first edition D&D. We used to play well advanced D&D, and before that the very first D&D edition. But yeah, So yeah, I don't know if you call that one first edition. It gets confusing sometimes. Never as confusing as Need for Speed titles. I can never understand what Need for Speed I'm playing. Never, ever. It's like Need for Speed Plant, Need for Speed Cable, Need for Speed Knife, Need for Speed Rivals maybe, Need for Speed D&D Under the Table. And I have no idea. Couldn't they give them numbers? Like, if they want to be artistic, I understand, but give them a number. Like Need for Speed 17 Mouse, Black Mouse. Do that. But like just with the numbers, I literally have no idea. The big guys are like that. Metron 2021, yeah, absolutely. Oh gosh. Oh shoot, is this his first live stream? This is Tope Alexander. Thank you so much. And no, I used to live stream once a month, but then I stopped, I think for like 6 months, and then I recently started again. So yeah, expect at least one streaming every month. Hopefully, I'd like to do it on like the 15th of each month. I think that would be great. Today is a little bit of a special end of the month streaming, just to spend some time with you guys and show you Noble Ones and show you some good stuff. But yeah, PA, how many euros a month will I need to live comfortably in Palermo? Well, not that much. Palermo is very inexpensive. It kind of depends on what you mean by live comfortably, but you can have a nice home for like 600 euros. You can have a nice home, rent. 600, 700, you get a very nice place. And then the rest, it's like, depends how much you want to go out. But even with you can make it with 1,500, you can live well. If you got 2,000 euros a month, you can live like a king in Palermo. So there is that. Dairy Dragon, how strong is a Praetorian compared to a Spartan? That's a difficult question because you see, a Praetorian is an elite kind of guard, but it's a guard. And some Praetorians accompanied the emperors on the field, so they did have war and battlefield experience. Others didn't, so it kind of depends on what Praetorian we're talking about. It's elite stuff, very highly paid. Spartan is too generic. You could have a Spartan who is not even a warrior, and because a Spartan is just a person from Sparta. But yeah, if you think about like the very strong Spartans, hello, oh, very nice. She just made hello, thank you. I appreciate, thank you. She just made mac and cheese. Guys, you get to see me try mac and cheese live on this channel. An Italian trying mac and cheese. That looks good though. So I've had mac and cheese in the past. This isn't the first time I eat mac and cheese. But let me tell you my opinion on American mac and cheese. That's what we're going to do now. After I acknowledge the $2.99 donation from Jordan Thomas. And this is very hot, so I'm going to have to wait a little bit. Do you know of Alicudi? My family's from there. I don't. Is it a city, a town? If it is, it's probably too small for me to know. Alicudi, do you know where it is? Like what region? I have no idea. Sorry. So going back on the Spartan versus the Praetorian, it's not really. If it's like probably a Spartan, if it's like a high-end Spartan against a high-end Praetorian, it's more likely that the Spartan is going to be an actual military trained soldier. But then again, it kind of depends. It's very difficult to compare them. Mac and cheese, let's go. Looks good. Looks so juicy. Yeah, let's try. Let's try mac and cheese, guys. Let's try an Italian eating mac and cheese. Let's see what happens. Enjoy. No, it's not bacon. It doesn't have bacon. This live is all over the place, just like my mind. We went from Amma to melon cream soda to Warhammer to PlayStation 5 to mac and cheese. And this is some good mac and cheese, guys. I prefer Italian pasta, let me tell you that. But my girl, she makes some good mac and cheese. Let me tell you, this is some mean mac and cheese here. She makes it spicy. She puts it's not just regular mac and cheese. She just makes it. In Italy, interestingly enough, in Italy, we do have pasta ai quattro formaggi, which is pasta with 4 kinds of cheese. So it's not like we don't make it. We do. We make it differently. But this is some main mac and cheese, guys. Wow, this is good. You see, I don't know. I'm very, very Yeah, I'm very open-minded when it comes to food. It's not Italian pasta. That's what a lot of Italians will get mad at this. They'll be like, "Oh, this is how can you eat that stuff?" But you see, all you need to understand is that this is Italian. This is sorry. Well, yeah, Italian American pasta. This isn't Italian, and that's fine. Once you stop thinking that this is Italian and then you think it's a different country's approach to pasta, then you can start enjoying it. And I like it. It's good. It's good food. Got some good spice in there, giving me a little kick. Hmm. Mamma mia, it's pasta time. Yeah. Hey, Jordan, thank you for the extra $3. It's a tiny island off the north coast of Sicily. Okay, now I need to look it up. 1 second, guys, because it's impossible. I'm from Sicily and I don't know this place. Alicudi, just give me a second. I'm going to Google it right now. We are going to have some Sicilian island geography and mac and cheese. Alicudi, Sicilia. Alicudi, wow, it really is. Never heard of it. Alicudi is the westernmost of the 8 islands that make up the Aeolian archipelago. Yeah, I know that one. A volcanic island chain north of Sicily. Yeah, I do know the archipelago, of course. We call them Isole Eolie. Oh, but it's near Messina. So it's on the other side of Sicily. That's probably why I don't know about it. So it's near Messina. And Messina is, yeah, it's not near. It's basically you have, how Sicily is a triangle. Palermo is on top left and Messina is top right. We are absolute opposites. And when I say that, Sicily, some people might think it's a small island, but to drive from Palermo to Messina, it's like 3 hours. It's over 3 hours drive. So this Alicudi place must be one of the little islands near Messina, and that's why I didn't know. Well, today I've just learned, while having my mac and cheese, that there is an island called Alicudi. Very nice. You never learn, you never stop learning. John Miller, what about pineapple on pizza? Pineapple on pizza is apostasy. Pineapple on pizza has no reason to exist. If you like pineapples, you slice your pineapples, put them on a plate, eat your pizza, and once you're done, that's gonna be your fruit at the end of the meal. Pineapple on pizza, crying out loud. Pineapple on pizza. Can't stand with the idea of pineapple on pizza. Sorry. Okay. Very nice. This has turned into mac and live and cheese. Glock at $5. What would Spanish sound like with a thick Italian accent? Would Rome have cracked under internal pressure if Hannibal offered lands to slaves? No, I doubt it. The second one, I doubt it because when I know that, of course, the Second Punic War, Rome was having a lot of troubles with Hannibal, and a lot of people don't realize that Hannibal roaming free around Italy didn't last like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, a year. It lasted for like something in the lines of 13 or 14 years. That's how long it took to get Scipio Africanus to get everything sorted out. And that's insane. But I don't think that if he did that, I mean, you see, slaves. We have like it's me. The Roman Empire did have some problem with slaves, revolts, and riots, like Spartacus, but it didn't happen very often. So I kind of doubt it. And a Spanish with a thick Italian accent. I think you just need to remove the jota because Italians don't have an H sound. So unless you're from like some areas in Tuscany, and most Italians can't really pronounce the H sound very well. So I would imagine that could be something like remove all the H or the SP. I shouldn't say H because in Spanish it's a J, so the jota. But yeah, remove all the aspiration and yeah, and just the intonation is going to sound different, I suppose. But believe it or not, when I hear Spanish from Madrid, they sound similar to people in kind of northwest, like the area in Emilia Romagna, Bologna. They kind of have a similar intonation. In fact, when I was in London a few years ago, I remember that I was walking around. I think it was near Buckingham Palace or something like that. And then there were a lot of tourists. And then I heard people speaking, and they were speaking Spanish, but I thought they were Italians. So I stopped for a second. I'm like, why can I not understand them? And then I'm like, they sound like they're from the north of Italy, like Bologna. And then I'm like, oh, they're speaking Spanish. And then when I approached them, they were from Madrid. So I think apart from the fact that of course Madrid Spanish has the th sound when they say gracias and that kind of stuff. Of course we don't really have that. But the intonation is very similar to some regions in northern Italy, like Emilia Romagna, in my opinion. They sound like that. They sound similar to that. Like when they say, I don't know if I can do it well, but like I heard them say, say, I don't know. First word that comes to my mind is los pimientos. So the um, bell peppers, peppers. And I heard them when they speak, they're like los pimientos. They sound like this, and that's intonation sounds a bit northern to me. So that's very interesting. RK, I'm addicted to Metatron. Glad to hear. Ma l'una e 20 di notte mi viene fame. Yeah, you can eat. You can have something to eat. He said it's 1:20, 20 past 1, and he's hungry now, and he should totally eat. You should totally eat. Uh, so there's that. Pine Buster Sharp, pineapple on pizza is a war crime. Absolutely, absolutely, totally agree. Lift the pinky like a gentleman. Absolutely, that's a good idea. And my account tomato is the only fruit that should be on pizza. Totally agreed. I like showing off your knowledge of fruits and stuff. But yeah, totally. Hey Rufus, oh my god, it's the Metatron. Hello, hello, it's the Metatron with mac and cheese and melon cream soda. This is look at the yellow and green, which reminds you of the old style Benetton Formula One cars that were before all of the nonsense that they are now. That you can't even see the colors because of all the different publicity on them. When they were nice green and yellow, that was the best for the Benetton. So yeah, pineapple on pizza is a vile abomination, says Chris, and I totally agree with it. Agree with him. I absolutely agree. The pessimistic Titan. What's your opinion on Argentine Spanish? My opinion on Argentinian Spanish, is it kind of sounds a bit like an Italian speaking Spanish, to be honest, a little bit. Although again, Italian is very generic because we have many accents in Italy, but I think it's probably one of the closest in terms of pronunciation, maybe. The big one, hey, the big one is here. It's great to have you here. Metron is the greatest historian in the history of the universe. But I appreciate your words. You're always very kind. Thank you so much. And it's great to have you here. Greeting from Norway, PVT Gandalf. It's great to have you here. Quick question, Metatron. Were early medieval armies inspired a little bit by ancient Roman legions with the tactics on the battlefield? Maybe a little bit, but they are very different because you see, after the fall of Rome, during the Roman Empire, you had professionals. You will not see that level of professionalism. Some people might disagree, but that's my opinion. You will not see that level of professionalism until the early modern period. Some medieval armies were better than others. Some medieval armies were absolutely amazing. And of course, from a technological point of view, medieval armies were superior. However, when it comes to professionalism, it's the Romans all the way. I'm eating it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's very good. It's lovely. It's great.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
love it. Thank you so much. You
Of
want to say
course.
hi? You want to say hi? Hello,
Hi.
hello. That's my lovely fiance.
Hi, chat.
And we have got a 4 euros 20 donation from Francesco Vassallo.
Thank you
Hello,
so much.
Francesco. Thank you so much. Grazie. Pineapple pizza o arancini ripieni di mac and cheese. Oh my gosh, arancine filled with mac and cheese.
Oh, that'd be really good.
That would be, I can, yeah, definitely. I'll have the arancina over. I'll have anything over pineapple and pizza, literally. So there's
I
that.
like pineapple and pizza.
I don't know what she said. I'll have to rewatch the video to find
I'm
out.
pretty sure you can figure it out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can.
Okay, bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Thank you. Um,
Bye, chat. Come here.
so let's see. We have another donation. Thank you so much. 5 euros. Ruminosite Kiran. You haven't done anything with your Japanese channel since the first video. You're right. Did you give up on it, or should we expect more? No, I didn't give up on it, and you should expect more. I just it took me forever to organize this trip here. Enjoy. So that kind of slowed me down, but I will. Oh, Gabrielle, what's your opinion on dessert pizza? Like full sweet pizza with chocolate, fruits, etc. Very common in Brazil. It's probably good, but it's not pizza, mate. That's not pizza. So just call it something else. Call it like sweet dough. Call it like fruity dough. Call it like fruity flash. Call it whatever you want. It's not pizza. But maybe like pizza bread, sweet pizza bread. Maybe you can call it like that. That's. I'm sure you like it. I would probably like it. I'm not saying that I wouldn't, but there is that. Sneaker Robbins, you're an awesome content creator. I appreciate. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, good couple. Thank you for that. I appreciate. Protect your chicken. Rome has fallen. She's out of your league. Thank you for that. Well, not, well, thank you for her. I would imagine. Um, More money means more macaroni. Hey, yeah. Although if you want to spell it properly, it's macaroni. Double Cheroni. Macaroni. And funny enough, macaroni is a specific kind of pasta shape in Italy, like when you say spaghetti, whatever, ziti, penne, macaroni. It's a type of pasta, but in Midland Italy, so like Rome and sometimes a little bit like the southern part of Lazio as well, I've heard people say that, they use macaroni just as another way to say pasta. It's just something that it's like a regionalism. It's not standard Italian, and I don't do that. When I say macaroni, I just mean macaroni. I don't mean so that specific shape of pasta. I don't mean pasta in general, but a lot of Italians do, particularly in that area. So that's that. Let's see. Burn the heretic. Okay, she said she liked pineapple and pizza, didn't she? Because if you called her an heretic, then my deductive logic tells me that she must have said, which also makes sense with the fact that she closed my ears. Yes, I think I'm gonna go for that. She said she likes pineapple pizza. But hey, nobody's perfect. So there's that. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Someone confirmed it. She said she likes pineapple and pizza, question mark. Yeah, she must have done that. Oh, that's really funny. Let's see. Let's see. What about, let's see, pizza and pineapple. I was in the army. Trust me, we aren't professionals until it comes to combat. That's when the fun begins. Trust me, a true rush. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure. I mean, if you were in the army, I was in the navy, but not for a very long time. But I do understand what you mean. Still, I'm sure someone who is trained. I mean, training is. I'm sure you know that. You can teach me that. But I'm sure training does make a difference. And of course, a veteran. I think basically what you're talking about is the difference between a veteran and someone who just knows theory. I understand that, but still, a regular civilian who is improvising some sort of combat. Particularly when it's warfare and someone who's been trained, you can tell that there will be a big difference. Hey, Chris Hewitt, thank you for the donation. I appreciate. And Magato Gamer Pro. Hello, I speak Spanish. A question. Can you say the letter? I think it's ñ. I believe that ñ. We have say ñ. Yeah. Ñ. I can because we have that sound in Italian too, but we just do it with GN. But yeah, it's like the word señor, right? You say señor, señorita. The señorita was here a minute ago. Spaghetti carbonara is way superior compared to mac and cheese. I agree, but only when they are made properly. Like it needs to be proper carbonara, because otherwise, it's then I'd rather have this. Aiden Wolf, thank you for the $5. I appreciate. What is your favorite Italian pasta dish, and do you like that more than your favorite type of pizza? Oh gosh, if I have to choose between pasta and pizza, it depends on the mood. There are days that I just want pizza, particularly if I'm watching a movie, Netflix, YouTube. I like the pizza, I like the slice. But if it's a day when I feel like, hey, I need pasta. I don't know if you ever get that, guys, but I do. I get like, hey, I need my pasta and I need it now, then on that day I'll take pasta over any pizza. So it really depends. But my favorite kind of pasta, probably spaghetti ai pomodorini. So you have cherry tomatoes rather than tomato sauce or tomato puree. You've got cherry tomatoes. You like simmer them with a little bit of onion to give it a little sweet, sometimes with garlic as well. You can do it with garlic. In fact, maybe it's better with garlic. And then you just put them on spaghetti, nice and al dente, and then give it a little bit of parmigiano on top, parmesan cheese. Very simple recipe, but when it's done well, my gosh, and particularly with Italian cherry tomatoes, southern cherry tomatoes, in my experience, maybe even in the north, I'm sure, they are a little sweet on their own, and it's fantastic. Very, very good pasta. That's my favorite. Fettuccine Alfredo. No, absolutely not. My poor girl, she hasn't seen Alfredo. She hasn't been able to even mention the Alfredo stuff in front of me because I don't like it. But yeah, let's see. Do you play strategy games? Let me show you some of the board games that I play. But yeah, strategy games I do. I love RTS. In fact, RTS and 4X's. 4X are my favorite kinds of games. But here I've got a little collection of board games, and I'm gonna sit on the floor to show you that. So we've got on the right corner, on the blue corner, we've got Xi'an, which is a very nice board game based set in ancient China that talks about the army of the first emperor of China, the Terracotta Army. It's a great game. Terraforming Mars, sci-fi, quite complicated. I like the challenge. And then we've got Martians, A Story of Civilization, kind of a weaker game compared to Terraforming, but still a nice game when I'm into the sci-fi mood. Memoir 44 is for Second World War lovers. You play either as the Axis or the United Nations, whatever, and it's a great game. And then Catan, because it's a classic. Game of Thrones, the board game, guys. If you've got 6 people and 24 hours to spare, this is a great game. Particularly if you like, of course, Game of Thrones, which I imagine you do. City Skylines, based on the video game. It's a great, beautiful little city builder game, cooperative. I usually expand it with little 3D minis of the structures that we build. And then we've got Robin Hood and the Merry Men. It's kind of a simple introductory game for people who are not really into complicated board games. Mysterium is a game that my girl likes a lot. It's about like finding out, I think it's like finding out who the murderer was, maybe, or is it about ghosts? I don't remember. We haven't played it in a while. Dune, my favorite game ever. If you like strategy, and recently they made the Netflix show, movie, which was, I liked it, with Paul, who's always Paul. What's his name, for crying out loud? Yeah, the protagonist is always sad. He was the same actor who played the King Henry, I think, Henry the Fifth, and he was, he's a great actor, but he's always sad. I don't know why. But yeah, Dune, fantastic board game. If you would like strategy, tactics, and interaction between players, you've got to get this game, and it's just $50. It's a great game. And then Villainous, Disney Villainous, these are games that my girlfriend convinced me to buy. And I've got to say, they are a lot of fun, but they are more maybe for the younger generation, though we enjoy them a lot. And then the Lord of the Rings, The Challenge, which is a great game. It's a 1v1 game, and it's really good. Mordor versus Frodo, and it's a great game. And then That Clue Is Not Mine. We've got a Puerto Rico here. And for those of you who like vintage, I got this in the mail today. Lemmings, the Tribe for Amiga 500. I mean, I got to show you this. This is like, if you are anywhere near my age and you haven't seen it, I'm gonna put you down for a second. Just count it. There you go, I'm back. If you are anywhere near my age, guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is vintage. This is retro at its finest. This is a floppy disk. It's amazing. I bought it for $15. I can't believe it. Like when I saw the price, because usually old stuff sometimes is priced crazy. But this was a nice trip down memory lane, or memory street, road, lane. Don't remember the expression. But yeah, got this one. I loved it back in the day. Such a good game. Let me get back on chat, and I need to make sure I'm not skipping too many super chats. So I apologize if I did, but I will find you. There we go, a little exercise there, because I need to keep fit for my armor. Otherwise, I won't fit it anymore. If I eat too much pasta, pasta is the true enemy of armor. That's the reality. Do you miss Japan? Yes, I do. And in fact, I'd love to go back to Japan for some time. That would be nice. Facundo Binelli, thanks Metatron, love your content, I appreciate, thank you very much. Geek Gnome, gnocchi al pesto, what is your vote? I love gnocchi, and please don't pronounce them gnocchi. It drives me nuts, like nuts, when I hear people say gnocchi. It's gnocchi. Gnocchi, it's the potato-based pasta. They're like little dumplings of potatoes, and with pesto they are mwah, wonderful. But after that, I need to drink a full-on glass with some baking soda and lemon, because otherwise I'll get a heartburn and I won't be able to sleep. You know, it's just when I was a teenager, I used to eat that all the time and it did nothing. But as you grow up, this happens. DJ Rockford 83, you want my high elves? I would love to get more high elves if that was to me. I appreciate. So yeah, that would be great. Uh, Drac, have you ever eaten too much pasta you didn't fit on your armors? Just curious. No, but I have gained a little extra pound here and there. In fact, to fit that gothic plate, which has a very nice sleek waist, I think I'm gonna have to lose a couple of pounds. It fits. It fits. But I think it could fit better. So I think I'm gonna have to lose like 2 pounds and a half. And then I'll fit it well, because unfortunately with the whole pandemic and stuff, missing out on the gym and whatnot, it was a bit problematic. Now I can go to a gym if I want. I mean, I'm vaccinated, so I can go to the gym if I want to, and I will start again. I need to get back on a proper regime, so I will do that. I love the thumbnail, says the Balkan guy. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Um, Hey Ezra, yes, I did get your email that you sent me after the previous live stream. I still didn't. I saw it, but I still have to open it and read it. So I apologize for that. I did say that I think that it was going to take me a little longer because I got so many emails that I'm kind of going from backwards and then go building up to it. So it will take me a little longer, but I will. Thank you for that. Mm. And I do remember, yes, I do remember you and your comments from the previous live stream, absolutely. Let's see. Have you had shell pasta? Absolutely great, Wolf. Conchiglie. I think those are the ones you mean. We call them conchiglie. Charles Lenny, Warhammer Total War. I've got both. I still haven't bought the third one. I love that game. When we start playing, it's like addiction. It's like an addiction. You just can't stop. So there is that. Everyone loves steak. I like steak. Absolutely. And praised by the God Emperor of June. Hey, June is great. Atreides, that's what I was looking for. Thank you, Likagos. Thank you, Atreides. Paul Atreides. Hey, Chris, June is the best. My prized possession is a first edition signed copy of the original book. That's fantastic. Ketchup with your steak? Oh no, absolutely not. No ketchup. The only thing I can excuse ketchup on are chips. Like French fries, chips, yes. Otherwise, no. Rogismus Maximus. Do you play role-playing games, and what's your favorite? I play occasionally D&D 5th edition, and it's yeah, that would be my favorite probably. And I think eventually I'll have to try and put together a realistic weapons and armor and combat sort of spin-off that you can use compatible to D&D 5th edition. I've been working on it a little bit actually, and I should probably do it. Lemmings, nice, absolutely. I love Lemmings. Floppy disk, I know, mate. Ken, I know. Chaos Omega played the Amiga Lemmings. Holy crap! I know. That's such a great one. That's such a great one. Oh, Lemmings is so good. I love retro stuff too. Ali Atoriedadis. Ali, oh my gosh, your name, mate. Oh gosh, 3.5 floppy. Yeah, that's the one. Oh yeah, that's funny. Kids these days, okay, Murphy's X2. Kids these days will tell you that's the save icon. I know. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. A Plasmatic Mink started 69 minutes ago. Yeah, we are 1 hour and 15 minutes in. Thank you everyone for joining, of course. We have got 333 likes, which I appreciate, and 196 people watching. And we have reached $51.40 donations, which I appreciate and I like letting you know because, I always like letting people know how much, because I don't think you can see. I think you can see the super chats, but I don't think you can see the amount that has been reached. And I always want you to know so that whenever you decide to donate, it's an informed decision. You already know how much money I'm getting. Francesco Vassallo, niente Dixit based. No, I'm not. No, I'm a prop. Thank you for the donation. Appreciate. No, it needs to be a proper strategy game. It needs to be a good board game for me. Uh, so yeah, yeah, you should get some melon cream soda, which has finished. Last sip. Very nice. It's very Japanese. I think I got converted into that kind of sodas in Japan because I did live 4 years in Japan. That was a long time. So I think it did influence my taste after all. So there is that. Hey, Luminosi. Thank you for the €2 donation. Which global restaurant chain has the best pizza? I'm making a video on that. So wait for it. Thank you for the donation. But yeah, I am doing that. I'm gonna rank the most popular chain pizza restaurants here in America from an Italian perspective. So I'm gonna do that, and we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be fun. And have you ever played Crusader Kings 2? Asks Gotham. Yes, I have. I played the Crusader Kings games. I like them too. I'm more of a, I don't know. I got more like Age of Empires 4. I love it. I've been enjoying it. At first, I was a little skeptical because I wasn't a big fan of the graphics, but I like it. Age of Empires 2, played it a lot. 3 as well. I played StarCraft 2 a lot. So I like these kind of games a lot. Oh, I see those early 15th century breastplates in the background. They're actually late 15th century. At least the one on the bottom there, it's 1560 based on the Mantova B1, and the other one there, it's a Gothic plate, and it's also mid. I think it's mid 15th. I'm not sure about that one actually, but I believe it's mid 15th, mid to end 15th. Uh, let's see. And I'm a Protoss player for StarCraft because I see someone says Bringer of Change is also a Protoss player too here, right here. And let's see, pineapple on peach and pizza is a bad match. I agree. It's a match made in hell. That's what it is. I'm sure hell for me would be like pineapple and pizza covered caves everywhere, all around me, and caverns. Oh my gosh. Parchment 543. Are you a Kingdom Come fan? I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I like the game. I like the game. I've been to their studio. I think they've done a great job. I hate the fact that there are no crossbows. I never forgave them fully for that. And I mean, such a crossbow country, Czechia, Bohemia. I don't know why they. I mean, I think they told me they had some technical issues with crossbows, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not a game developer. I'm not going to comment on that because I probably wouldn't be fair. It's a great game. I played it a lot, and I actually did a full-on stream on Twitch of 8 hours of me playing it a long time ago when it came out. I did that. So it's a great game. Don't get me wrong. I just don't consider myself a fan of. I only consider myself a fan of very few games. It's just how I am. But I might become if they put a frigging crossbow in that game, then I might be. So there is that. I still remember the sound of my Windows 98 trying to connect. Oh my gosh, I remember the sound of the Amiga 500 when you would put the floppy disk in, and then normally you've got the red light telling you that it's on, and then underneath you've got that green yellowish light that only comes on when the disks are loading, and the sounds were like oi oi oi. It would go like this. I loved it. Oh my gosh, I need to buy a functioning Amiga. I don't know how much it's gonna set me back, but eventually I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna buy a functioning Amiga 500. Thank you, Dom Noy, for your £5 donation. Is the chat for Crassus and his Legionis? Yep. Let's see what they answer. I don't know. We'll see. And thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Have you ever been to Northern Ireland? No, I haven't. The Belfast Viking Martin Brown. I've never been to Ireland, in fact. I'd love to go. I've got a good friend in Ireland. So I don't think he's in Northern Ireland though. I think he's in Southern Ireland, but um, he's a great guy. So I should go in. And he has got a YouTube channel as well. It's called. His name is Oh gosh, I can never pronounce his name. Cruacan Keith. Cruacan Keith. It's like the metal singer. He also has a YouTube channel with that same name, and he does video games and retro. He's great. Hey, Brandon Kohler, thank you for the $2 donation and recommending on buying affordable armor. Oh gosh, well, if you want affordable armor that still looks good, you should have a look at the Forge of Svan. They make some reason like they make good breastplates for 14th century armor. I bought my both my breastplates that you see in the background there. Oh, that's what the guy was asking there for, like early 15th maybe, but those are late 14th. They make those and they are very inexpensive but good. That's why I don't use the word cheap. Because they're still nice, but I wouldn't buy their brigandines. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. I like the guys. They gave me stuff for free, so they're great, and their breastplates are fantastic. I just don't like the brigandines. I can't help it. I just don't like it. But they've got some good armor. They made some spolders for me, some leg harness as well that was pretty good, and I sold it eventually, but it was good because it didn't fit me very much, but because it was my mistake, not their mistake. I gave them wrong measurements. But yeah, so Forger's Van. If you're on a budget, go for Forger's Van. Hey, Mr. Dark Humor, thank you for the $5. Hey, Metatron, I bet you're still enjoying America, very much so. I bet you're still busy. I am quite busy, yes. By the way, you're not a Muppet. That's great. It's good to know. It's good to know. So many Muppets out there. Notice me senpai rather than senpai. Was Lesmo. Hey, noticed. Protoss is the best toss, absolutely, and I love Sky Toss. My gosh, like when you get to late game with Protoss, I just love it. I'm fully Sky Toss with Void Rays. I'm a Void Ray, critical mass Void Ray guy. So there is that. And let's see. Even Skyrim had crossbows, says DJ Rockford. It's exactly my point. Skyrim had crossbows. Very good. I think with the Dawnguard expansion, right? And the it was the vampire hunters that get you the crossbows, and they function well. They're great, and I mean chivalry. Ask the guys at Chivalry how to make functioning crossbows function well in game, because I think they're great. As I say, I play crossbowmen. So there's that. Great Wolf, thank you for the $5. Love your content. Thank you. Appreciate. Have you ever played any of the Total War games? Yes, I have, and my favorites are both Rome Total War and Warhammer Total War. Those are my favorite. Hey, Basil Brush, I had to go make pasta halfway through your show, and that's great. Well, there's always good time for pasta, my friend. Joe, do you still see You Better Call Saul? Well, Salvo is my best friend, so he's like a brother to me. We don't see each other now because I'm an American, he's in Sicily, but he will come here to visit me, and when he does, I'll make sure to make he'll be on the channel, absolutely. Ruminoshi, thank you so much for the €2. Would you be interested in going to the Shadlands? I would love to go visit Shad and meet him in person, and I know that he would love that because Shad is he's such a great guy, and we are both geeks. I think we would really get along. I would love to go visit him, but I mean it's far, and I heard that Australia is still on pretty strict lockdown at the moment, so we'll probably have to wait for that. Cruacan Keith. It's like it's so I think you wrote Cruaca right. Let me see if I can see Cruacan. Yeah, it's like Cruachan, and that's the band. The metal band. They're great, by the way. He's a great singer. And then the name of the guy is Keith, Keith. And he has a channel just named like that, all about retro gaming. If you go check it out, say hello from the Metatron. He's such a great guy. Let's see. Lars Ronas, functional Amiga 500 can be bought quite cheap if you are lucky. There are groups of enthusiasts fixing these machines as a hobby. They don't charge much. I'll have to look into it. But do you mean like through eBay or Amazon, or do you mean like actually finding it through a like Facebook Market or a place like that? Because I don't know. but it would be great. Have you ever been to Scotland? Asks Darren. No, I haven't. I would love to. I haven't been to Scotland and I haven't been to Ireland. I've been to only, when it comes to the UK, I've been to Wales and England. So that's that. And when it comes to the British Isles, yeah, just I have never been to Ireland, unfortunately. So there is that. Have you ever visited the Hi Adrian's Wall? Says Big Brexit Dad. No, I haven't. I think I did get close to the Lake District at one point when I was living in the north of England because I spent time both in the south of England and the north of England, but I didn't get that far north, unfortunately, to the borders. So that would have been nice. Uh, let's see. Manwap, what is your favorite American candy? Reese's Cups, probably. Void rays are fun, absolutely, Sven Sorensen, particularly when you reach critical mass and they just can't stop you. They make you unstoppable. I love them. Um, Anima Ritak, Morrowind did too, but Oblivion didn't. Really? Morrowind had crossbows? Gosh, I didn't remember that. It's been a while though. Let's see. Let's see, Melissa Gifford. Hello from Florida. Hello to you. So I guess you won't be making any more videos of you playing classical music on the piano. Love listening and watching you play. Thank you very much. I appreciate. I do occasionally post them on Facebook, but on the channel I'd like to, but I need to get my technique back. And in fact, my fiance's father, he is actually gifting to me a piano, an older piano that he had that he's not using anymore, and I'm gonna, once we get it next week, I'm going to try start building my technique back up and see if I can get back to playing some Rachmaninoff and some Chopin like I used to back in the day. That would be great. So maybe the occasional, why not? Let's see. DJ Rockford, the crossbow animation in Morrowind. But yeah, I don't know. I imagine it would have been terrible. Oh gosh, Dark Elves all day, baby. Well, yeah, Morrowind is the island of the Dark Elves. I remember that. That was a great game. Morrowind was such a mind-blowing game for the time because it was one of the. I think it's like not the first game, but one of the first games that allowed you to do whatever you wanted. Like go wherever you want. Yes, there is a quest line, but do as you wish. And I remember we were all like blown away by the lack of linearity, if that's even a word. So that would be nice. Amiga 500 trying to search for these groups. Yeah, I'll have to search for these groups on Facebook. I'll try that. Would love a video on Scottish weaponry, says Darren Swindle. I'd like to do that. I might have to partner up with someone who knows more about it than me, but that would be good. Maybe some, talking a little bit about broadswords and particularly broadsword and the shields. I love the targes. I'd love to own a Scottish targe. That would be great. Morrowind, my favorite RPG. I wouldn't call it my favorite, Lars, but it's definitely a good one. And the one thing that I think Morrowind has over every other Elder Scrolls is that it's the most fantasy of all. Yes, there are dragons in Skyrim, but you don't have giant mushrooms instead of trees, and using giant monsters to travel. I mean, Morrowind was like amazing when it came to imagination, and I love that. It was like a completely alien world, whereas Oblivion, it's very realistic, and Skyrim too, if you think about it, particularly if compared to Morrowind. Sapo Kururu live piano playing piano someday, maybe special Christmas live, and maybe not Christmas, but because as I say, I need to build the technique up. I can still play, but I'm definitely not as accurate or as fast as I used to be. So after I build up the technique, why not? We can definitely do that. Mira Roivas Daggerfall was even less linear. Yeah, I would imagine. Okay, if you say so. I never played Daggerfall. My first Elder Scrolls was Morrowind, but I heard a lot of good things about Daggerfall, so it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. Uh, Francisco Funari, or Francisco Funari, Francisco, I imagine. Why a Gladius doesn't have a cross guard? It's because you use a massive shield. I mean, it's as simple as that. And also the Romans were trained to keep it retracted until the moment of thrust. And since you are thrusting, your attack is quicker, and you don't really use it to defend yourself. You just use it to attack. So in reality, a cross guard would have been a little bit of a redundant on a gladius, considering the fighting technique and the massive shield that the Romans had. I think that's the reason why they didn't go for very much hand protection at all. Yeah. Lucas Muller, are you planning on making a video on medieval architecture, not just castles, but commonest buildings? Yes, I am. In fact, I have been doing a little bit of research. It's in the list, but I've been doing a little bit of research in both ancient Roman and medieval commoners' houses, because often we kind of tend to look over them a little bit, and I think that it's fascinating instead to see where the population lived and how the population lived. And I have a video. It's kind of an older video, but I do have a video on the Roman domus, so the house of the rich. And so I thought it would be great to make a second video, even though it's been a few years, on the houses of the common people. So yeah, expect that, absolutely. Alexander has a very good point. That's what I liked about Oblivion's Shivering Isles. It looked like Morrowind. Yeah, the Shivering Isles were a very good expansion. I played it way, like many years after they came out. But yeah, that happened. So yeah. Let's see. 1 second. My dad makes targets, says Darren Swindle. Well, that's great. Why don't you just shoot me an email? You can find it in the information tab on my channel. And shoot me an email. Let me know about your dad, his prices, his shop, a few pictures, and you know, that would be great. Maybe perhaps I could order a target from him. That would be great. Ruminoshi, thank you again for your generosity. That's like the fourth time you donate, so I appreciate that. Mario is Mafia は今でも世界最古の天才的な笑いの作品として知られています。Well, thank you for that. I'm glad you liked that video of mine. She wrote it in Japanese, so I just read it. I'm a little slower than I used to be with kanji, but I can still read it. I'm glad. And I'm glad you appreciated that video. I don't know if I would call it Tensai Teki, but like genius, but still, yeah, it's a fun video that I made a while ago. It was really funny. And let's see. The one guy, 3030, you know what I've noticed? A lot of medieval fantasy often gets medieval buildings right. That's true. And particularly, that was in fact one of the best things and most historically accurate things in Kingdom Come Deliverance. And the reason for that, I think that sometimes their armor, it's good, but it looks a little reenactoring-ish, if you know what I mean. It's like a little bit of, you can see some reenactorisms. So things that, I mean, happen with reenactors, that are not exactly accurate. So I've seen that happen in that game. It's still good armor. It looks good. It looks better than other games, but it's not perfect. But their buildings are freaking perfect. Just a little shrunk perhaps, but they're perfect. And that's because their historian is the historian that worked for them. I've met her in person, and she is a specialist of medieval architecture rather than weapons and armor. And you could totally see that in the game, like totally see that in the game. Let's see. We have a question from Ethan Greenhaw. Did the Romans mix spearmen with people using scutums? So you mean scuta? Well, yes. I mean, in the early period, you had, in the early republic, you had a kind of a Roman soldier called hastatus. The hastati were spearmen initially. So they had spears and shields. We don't know how big of a shield we're talking about, probably smaller. Then the Hastati eventually lose their spears and start using sword, so gladius and scutum, but they retain the name. And then it's kind of a similar situation to what happened with modern day French and even Italian. Gosh, what are they called? Gosh, it's kind of gendarmes that used to be medieval heavy cavalry, so fully military, and then they become this kind of police force. but they retained the ancient name. That's what the Hastati did. They retained the ancient name, but changed the way they operated. And then at the moment you come to the Imperial heavy infantry, kind of legionary after the Marian reforms, so late Republic and early Empire of the Principate. And then you have just Gladius and Scutum. They remember that they always keep their pila. And even though pila are mostly used as throwing javelin, we do know of fully documented instances, such as I believe the siege of Alesia, where they actually use the pila for hand-to-hand combat as spears. So with Skuta. So the answer is yes. I kind of made it a little long, but the answer is definitely yes. So there's that. Baldur's Gate or Diablo 2 for me. Oh, I love both. Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance, great games. You can find them now on PS4 and PS5, by the way. They remade. It's a remaster, not a remake of the first one. I hope they do the second one too. Diablo 2, such a great game. I have it both on my Switch and on my PS5. Love that game. Got optimized for PS5 too. So there is that. Bruno Nubador, where are you streaming from? From the United States of America. So I'm in the States right now. Let's see. And I'm trying to scroll down a little bit to see what other chats we have got. Oh, there you go. Anima Raitak, Knight Errant, and a video about it. I don't know a video about what, because I'm trying to read through the chat. I wish Knight Errant started to make videos again. I really wish. So Joseph, by the way, I doubt you have a PS5. Don't know if you talk about me or someone else in the chat, but if you do, here she is. The beauty in all of her beauty, my PS5. Here she is. And the X Series X, and I'll soon make a video where I'll tell you how I got them, both of them, in the same week. Very lucky. Got very lucky, but it might work for you too. Matt W, did you play Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 for PC? They're completely different than the console games. If not, I'd highly recommend checking them out. I did very long time ago. I kind of still preferred. They're fun. They're much more role playing than the Dark Alliance ones. They're just literally they're like the D&D version of Diablo. I just love that kind of action games though. So in fact, I'm gonna replay the entirety of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance with my girl. I just have to buy another controller, and I noticed that at GameStop they have them second hand. I'm gonna pick one up second hand and do that, and it will be great. Are you, Mia Roivas, are you planning on trying Elden Ring? Absolutely, absolutely. I'm all into that kind of games. So immediately I'm gonna get it as soon as it comes out, and so I'll do that. Absolutely. Freedom says Bruno Nubador. That's great. And then let's see. Bo asks, you played Warcraft 2? I played Warcraft 2, number 2. Didn't really play World of Warcraft much, but I did play the old Warcraft 2, the RTS. Such a great game. Francisco Funari, what is like to live in Italy? My family's from there. I mean, Italy is such a great country. There are problems, of course, just like in any place. There are great things, bad things. There's great food and good weather, depending on where you live. So I think it's good, but it's not easy to find a job. So I don't know if you already got, if you're either rich or you already got a job that you can sort of like, if you're a creator, content creator, or someone who sort of carries his job, his profession with him, and then then you literally could be a good place. But it's not easy to find a job in Italy, unfortunately. So there is that. Hey, Lucid, it's great that you made it to a stream. Fantastic to have you here. Thank you so much. We've been going on for an hour and 40 minutes now, and that's that. Even Bakersville, it took me like 5 months to get my PS5. I know we got really lucky, but I think we planned it well. And yeah, 1 week and that happened. Greenhall, have you ever played Halo? Yes, I have. If so, which one is your favorite? I liked Halo 2 back in the day. That one is the one I played the most. And now I'm trying this Halo Infinite, and I'm liking it so far. Hello, Alexander. Hey, Matt. Let's see. Hey, David K. I always love seeing you in your samurai armor. Let's have a peek. Let's have a closer look at the lady, and here she is. I'm hoping. So this is becoming a little old now. Still in good shape. The inside leather backing didn't really sustain the test of time much, but it's still in good shape. Still a good piece of armor. But I'm hoping to be able to order a new set of armor, and next time I'm gonna go full red. I'm gonna go full red. So I'm gonna do that. Let's see. Ezra Folk, have you ever tried lychee ramune? I only tried original ramune. I love it. I never tried that one. It tastes like soap made by Willy Wonka's factory, and it's weirdly good. Gosh, I'll have to try it. I know a shop that sells them here, so I'll go and check it out. Hey, Darren, what's your favorite helm? The Frogmouth is my favorite helm. And sometimes when I'm in the mood, the Frogmouth gets sort of matched by the Armet with a full-on wrapper, full-on Italian style. And then I also like the Salet, but my favorite is the Frogmouth. Absolutely. Love it. Uh, let's see. The the Belfast Viking Martin Brown. Did you enjoy Thanksgiving? I did very much, and here in Tennessee, we ate it with biscuits and gravy, and then we had some. It was so good. It was sliced. They don't call it. I used to call it stuffing, but I think here they call it dressing. It's the same thing, and it was really good. Some of the best stuffing slash dressing I've ever had. It was very good. It was very good food. They've got some good food down here. Let me tell you that. Absolutely. Sapo Kururu, do you like first-person shooters? If yes, try Escape from Tarkov. It's pew pew with Russian guns. I might try that, but my favorite FPS is Overwatch. As you can tell by my Overwatch thing and my Overwatch girl up there, and Tracer coming up soon. Uh, I've ordered a Tracer statue too. Overwatch is my favorite. Warcraft 2, great game. Absolutely. Absolutely. I loved playing both the humans and the elves. They were my favorite in that game. David K, I saw your video about knife defense in which you explained that you wear body armor and mail shirt under your everyday clothes. May I ask how many chainmail shirts do you own? Is it expensive? I probably own. Well, I used to have like four, but I sold two because I ordered a new one for my new Gothic set. So right now I'm kind of down to, I want to say, yeah, probably three. Um, I don't wear mail every day anymore. It doesn't mean I don't wear armor. It just means I kind of kept on going and testing different things. I do have a dedicated video that it's a lot more recent than that one, and it's called Do I Really Wear Armor Under My Clothing? And I show you some of the different sets that I experiment with under my regular clothes that I always like doing. I also do it as a form of training. I don't just do it because I think that I'm gonna bet someone is gonna try and stab me. Of course, if someone does try and stab me, it's gonna help. But that's not the only reason. I also do it because I enjoy wearing armor and I like it as a form of training. But is mail expensive? It can be, but if you get something relatively short, I don't know if custom chainmail still. I don't know if they still produce mail. Definitely, if you want mail to that you can wear under your clothes, it needs to be riveted, and probably you'll have to have it zinc plated, which does not make it historical, but you can't have an oily mail under your regular clothes. You just can't do that. But I've also upgraded to fully stab proof vests and bulletproof vests. So I don't know if it's legal in your country though, so you always follow the law, of course. But yeah, I try all sorts of things. Sometimes I even go out with full on, you're going to think I'm crazy. Sometimes I go out with full on late Roman Empire brass greaves under my jeans. I do that too sometimes. It's just, I like it. A little nuts. Gonna be a little nuts, I think, to make it on YouTube these days. Um, dig the samurai stuff. I love samurai content too. I will produce more samurai content soon. I haven't much, kind of focused more on the medieval Europe and a lot more on Rome lately. And I've tried to expand a little bit, looking into African stuff as well. But I do need to get back to Japanese stuff, absolutely. Leonardo Tosoni, retro gaming wise, have you ever played Gothic 2? I played Gothic, was it 2? Gothic 3, I think. I like the fact that you could look from the eyes as well, and when you looked down, you could actually see your body, which is something that drives me nuts that they never do on the Elder Scrolls games. I always feel like I'm a floating consciousness with arms. Instead, at least in Gothic, you could look down and see your body. Appreciated that. And then I tried Gothic 4 as well. I don't think I played Gothic 2. So yeah, what do you guys think about the new King's Bounty, King's Bounty 2? I've been looking into that. I don't know if I want it though. I loved the original King's Bounty for Sega Genesis, so Sega Mega Drive. It was a great game. And then I loved Armored Princess, but that's as far as it goes when it comes to King's Bounty. So I don't know if King's Bounty 2 is a good game or not. Can't really tell from the reviews. I seem to get mixed feelings. Lord Joe, can you make a video on how accurate or inaccurate is the movie Last Samurai? Okay, you got that. That's a good idea. I'll check it. I mean, of course, I've watched it a million times, but I'll see what I can do. I'll look at my list of to-do videos and see what to do. Anima, Frogmouth just looks utterly badass. I totally agree. It looks unhuman. That's what I love about it. It just makes I just love it. It makes you look like a chess piece, if you know what I mean. It gives me that feeling that I'm like the tower in the frigging chess piece, chess game. I love that. It's a great one. Alexander Martinez, do you think Overwatch 2 will be good? I've heard mixed predictions. I heard that it got cancelled. I hope I'm wrong. I was really looking forward to it, although, my opinion, maybe rather than doing Overwatch 2, perhaps they should have just made Overwatch 1.5, just patch the new one. I mean, patch the old one, give us new heroes, give us new maps, upgrade the graphics. I don't know if they should have gone for an entirely new Overwatch 2. But I heard that they cancelled it. I hope it's not true. Because if they do make an Overwatch 2, then yes, I will get it immediately in a heartbeat. Darren Swindle, what's the best polish for helms? I like mirror polish. It's historical. People did it. I like it. People prefer satin polish. I understand. I just like mirror. My Gothic plate, by the way, it's satin. My Italian is mirror polished. I prefer mirror polished, but I like satin polished. I'm not a huge fan of bluing. Although, I mean, Matt Easton's armor looks cool, but I wouldn't want my armor to be blued. But that's just me. So, yeah, kind of depends. Some people just prefer painting on the helmets. I don't, but it's up to. I like the shiny, glittery feel. It gives you that hero fairy tale slash outwardly feel to the knight that I like. Rodrigo Salves, your samurai armor is made of steel. Yes, it's cold rolled milled steel. I'm happy I remember that. And then it's lacquered over with non-historical lacquer, because historical lacquer is toxic, so you don't want to do that. But yeah, it's steel. It's steel. Originals would have been either plain iron or some forms of mild steel. Some Japanese armor was steel, and a lot of Japanese armor was just iron. Kind of depends on the quality of the set, I suppose. What's good, Metatron? Hey, Subian not. Everything is good, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for coming here. We've got another 10 minutes or so of stream, and Gothic and Gothic 2 were great. Yeah, Gothic seemed they were good. I'll have to see. I'll have to try those. Did you see Schola Gladiatoria's new video about ninjas where talked with an expert? I didn't see he made a video about Ninja. I thought the last video he made was the one about Batman. That was the one I was watching today. If he's got a video about Ninja, I'll have to check it out. I mean, I love Matt Easton's videos and content, so I'll definitely have to check it out. Thank you for that. Salutamo, says John Napier. Salutamo. Might and Magic 7 had a beautiful world. Yes, if only it worked. That game, such a good game, and yet it just, I don't know, I could never finish one multiplayer game. There was always a problem. It would have a crash, everything would just stop working, the turns would be out of order. It just didn't work. I don't know if they fixed it. If they fixed it, I wish they did. A Cap 198462, King's Bounty 2, some nice quality of life improvement, but a meh game. I see. I'll have to watch some more reviews. I wish, I don't know, maybe I can pick it up if it's like on not full price. That could be an idea. Yeah, I think Genius Joker was asking about what materials is your samurai armor again, so I kind of answered that already. The reason why it looks plastic-like, it's the lacquer, so it gets lacquered, and then to prevent it from rusting, but also because colors have a meaning, and it's also part of the culture in Japan. So it's not plastic, but it's lacquered steel or lacquered iron in some historical cases, and again lacquered steel for some others. And you even had some samurai armor low end that was made of paper. You had paper armor in Japan. It was like low end, of course, not really samurai. I shouldn't really say samurai, probably like Ashigaru level. And there were many different layers of paper and then lacquered over. So that happens too. Yeah. Gojulas, do you still practice any martial arts recently? No, not now, because again, everything got blocked with COVID, and I couldn't practice. I used to practice Kenjutsu, but I couldn't. Now that I'm in America, I'd like to start practicing Hima again. So I'll have to find a. I know that in Nashville there is a German longsword Hima club. I have been there a few times, maybe only one time, and I'll have to go back. Absolutely. And that's that. Alexander, I'm happy Scola Gladiatoria has been collaborating with Todd. Yeah, it's great because they're both in England. They're both great channels, and I think they are like a match made in heaven, differently from Pizza and Pineapple that are a match made in hell. Hello, Italian Jesus. Hello to you, Shockwave Steve. Uh, let's see. Francisco Funari, what is the best sword? I know that this is kind of a dumb question, but what would you pick in a duel? In a duel, I would go for a probably late 13th, early 14th century arming sword, European, straight bladed, uh, particularly if I have a shield. So it kind of depends if I have a shield or not, and it really depends if I have armor or not. So it depends on a lot of factors, really. But if I just have to just choose one, that would be my choice. Orca shot type 12, probably would be my favorite. I just like the balance. I just like length. I just like the looks. I think it's a great sword. And I have a replica. I just don't have it here. It's back in Italy. I'll have to find a way to send it. I don't know how to send it because UPS doesn't allow me to send swords. I sent a lot of armor with UPS, but I could not send swords. So I'll have to find someone who does that. Definitely. And that would be a good idea. There was a little problem there with the connection. I apologize for that. Sorry for that. Uh, I love pineapple and pizza. Fight me, Bram DeWitt. Hey, nobody's perfect, my friend. Yeah, if I had the time, I'd try some Hema, says Ivan Baskerville. Yeah, I would definitely recommend that. That would be very fun. And let's see. Surly Studios, if you box the sword, UPS should ship it. Well, I think unless I don't tell them that there is a sword, they won't. Because last time I went there, at least UPS in Italy, they said no, no weapons. And I just couldn't do anything, boxed or not. I'll have to see if there is someone else who will do it for me. That could be an idea. Hey, Meepy, I know that was funny. Nobody's perfect, my friend. Oh gosh. Genius Joker, how long are you planning to stay in Tennessee? Still don't know. I'm still not sure. We'll have to see. Were you considering to ship your whole stuff? I've got most of my stuff here, so I can produce content and play video games. But we'll have to see. We still don't know. Ryan AP, what's your favorite sci-fi book or movie? Did you see the Dune Armor? I like Dune, actually. You just mentioned one of my favorite ones. When it comes to sci-fi, Dune, although I have to say that I kind of prefer sci-fi TV series and drama because they can extend and make very complicated themes, if you will, plots a lot more, and then you get more interested with the characters, more engaged with the characters, and then you do with just a film that has to, sort of put everything together, encapsulated into, compressed into a small movie. Even if they are 2 hours long, it's still nothing compared to a drama. So when it comes to sci-fi, there are a lot of sci-fi dramas that I like. One of my favorite being Travelers on Netflix. I've watched that. I'm not joking. 5 times, beginning to the end, and I would watch it again. Just love it. Did you play Elden Ring network tests? Test asks me. No, I missed that. I often miss out on these things. I'm not really updated. I'll have to do that. But yeah. Star Trek TNG. Oh yeah, that could be a good one too. And that could be an interesting thing. Let's see. Ash King, hi. I'm sorry for such request, but can you help with translation one of item description in Dark Souls 3 from Japanese because there are a number of wrong translations in English versions. Yeah, I mean, shoot me. I think you've got a little tick there, so you have a channel, Ash King. I'll have to check you out later. But yeah, absolutely. Shoot me an email through my, well, you know where the email is in the information tab. Do that, and we'll see what we can do about it. Absolutely. Go Julas 200. I hope you enjoy your HEMA learning journey when you continue. Thank you for that. Definitely going to check out Travelers. It's such a great. It's about time travel. I just love time travel stuff. So if you like time travel, you're gonna love it. It's great. And have you been to the Renaissance Fair in America? Not yet, because again of COVID. I was planning to. I didn't. Perhaps I will next time. Be wearing my Gothic armor when I do that. And we'll have to see. Tom Watson, were Romans historically short? I have a dedicated video to that. But yeah, they were shorter, but I wouldn't say short. Yeah, they were shorter than us, but when it comes to the military, they had requirements. For the ancient Romans, according to Vegetius, strength was more important than height. But when you could have strength and height, that would be perfect. They liked that. So, and there was one legion specifically that I do mention in that video that had a higher height requirement, and usually cavalry would have a higher height requirement. So it really kind of depends. But yeah. Oh, that's a funny question. And again, sorry for everyone if I am missing your. I know some people get frustrated when I miss their chats, but I'm getting so many messages. Then again, I apologize profusely. I'm not doing it on purpose. If I missed your chat, I'm sorry. And hopefully, I'll be able to see it either again soon or for our next stream, because I will go live again on the 15th of next month. So you already know it, and I will remind you. And then you could be there at the very beginning, because I will let you know the exact time. This time I'm gonna plan it, and so if I missed your chat, make sure to come back and then ask me again. Let's see. Noel Abbott. Let's read this last chat, and then I'll have to call it a day. It's been 2 hours. If you with 2 hours of a lot of fun, I've got to say, what ones are the best. If you were in the woods in Tennessee, which sword would you fight a bear with? Should you encounter one ready to fight? A long sword, because I want to keep my distance, my friend, from that beast. So and with that, I think I'm gonna call it a day. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. I really appreciate your time, and thank you so much for everyone with the super chats. You've been very generous, and I appreciate that very much. That money is going to go towards a new helmet or perhaps a rondel dagger. We'll have to see. So again, thank you so much for joining in. I hope you enjoyed your time here with this relaxed And yeah, then my battery is about to die as well. With this relaxed little show that we had time together. And wherever you are, if it's late at night, have a lovely night of rest. And if it's still evening, early evening like here, I hope you have a lovely dinner if you haven't had one. And enjoy your time. And thank you so much. I hope that you can all be always safe. And thank you for watching, Noble Ones. And I will see you soon. In fact, this weekend I will release a new video. Thank you very much. I see a lot of thank you there. Thank you for stream. Peace out, Metatron. Bye. Thank you for being here. Bye, Noble Ones. Ciao, ciao, ciao.